From the beginning of time, sports have been a fabric of America. This episode of the American Dreamscape delves into everything about money when it comes to sports. Babe Ruth was sold, not traded, to the Yankees for $100K. $100K in 1919 was a lot of money, but in comparison, we think about over 100 years now past then, and people are getting $1 million contracts. Juan Soto, on December 11, 2024, signed for 15 years, $765 million. Now, $765 million divided by 15 is $51 million. So he's getting $51 million a year, pre-tax. But anyways, staying at the point, sports is a money-making league. It is all about money now, and we see that more than ever with things like gambling getting included into the mix. Are these leagues falling off? Will these leagues have what it takes to stand the test of time? You'll find out today on the American Dreamscape, where I feature Evan Koster, a great financial correspondent and newly hired member of the American Dreamscape staff. I hope you guys enjoy the watch. Give it a like, a listen, and subscribe. And here, without further ado, is my great pal Evan and our great conversation we had. So we have an American Dreamscape feature today. Evan, I don't know if you're too familiar with my show, but you've officially been hired as our financial correspondent. Don't ask what your salary. I'll say that because until we start getting ad money, it's not going to happen. You're an incredibly smart, funny, great guy. Honored to be mistaken for your brother.
You say good looking too?
Yeah, I'm actually.
I'll let you finish.
Incredibly smart, funny, great guy. Honored to be mistaken for his brother because he's quite handsome. See, look, I even have him in there. I even had it in there. Now, do you have any questions going into this?
No. Just I'm excited. Seems like we got a little bit new format here.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to be a part of it.
It's a little more professional. I'm trying to dress up a little bit more. I'm wearing jeans.
I'm glad I fit the...
Yeah. No, but you're the interviewee. So.
Yeah, that's true. I get to bring in my own swag.
And I'm asking your insight. So what do you think makes you qualified to be our financial correspondent?
Well, among having a bachelor's degree in finance from the esteemed Wayne State, Mike Gillett School of Business, and having a decent, but admittedly very short, but decent track record of investing by myself.
Yeah, I trust you.
You know?
That's a big part of it.
I also recently got named, I don't know if you were hip to this, as the finance director of the coming 2026 Koster family reunion.
Wow.
So if that's not a notch on the belt.
No, that's really...
I don't know what is.
I would actually say you're quite overqualified. Quite overqualified.
So hoping I can bring some fresh perspectives to the table here, some new ideas, and really...
I'm excited.
Get some funding ripping through this thing.
I'm going to ask Evan some questions kind of based around sports and money in sports. Salaries, maybe franchises. My questions are quite broad. Okay, we're going to start with multiple choice.
Whoa.
Yeah.
My favorite.
Which North American sports league has the highest average salary? I might not even have to tell you all the answers.
Highest average salary.
Yeah, North American.
It's gotta be.
Well, I'll give you the.
Give me the multiple choice.
NHL, MLB, NFL, NBA.
I'm gonna go NBA in today's world.
Completely correct.
3 years ago, probably I would have said MLB. I don't know. For a long time, I always felt like they had the most ungodly contracts in sports. Maybe it was just because they would ink guys to
long years.
Yeah, right. 8 to 12-year deals. Yeah, it's insane. Like I just saw Royce O'Neal or something like that.
Yeah, just bag.
He's making like $10 million a year. I think, some shit. Like,
that's crazy. Absolutely crazy. But MLB team with the highest payroll. I'll tell you the two teams that you're probably thinking about. It's the Yanks and the Dodgers, Mets, Padres. Yanks or Dodgers?
Oh.
I'll give you the two.
I'm going Dodgers.
You're right.
Yeah, just a bigger market.
Okay.
Or richer market anyway.
Okay.
Which is honestly kind of surprising just when you think about the lore that the Yankees have.
Yeah, I agree. I think the tutelage.
But honestly, I guess now that the Dodgers have Shohei, that's probably going to be... you're going to probably start seeing Dodgers caps around the globe as much as you see Yankees caps around
international.
The globe. Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah,
I think that's always been if there's one, but especially a baseball team that gets bought or is recognized outside of the U.S., it's going to be the Yankees.
Yeah. I think that's what NBA has on all these other, franchises is the international element because MJ. And I was thinking about that, but now, especially baseball, could move. And baseball could grow exponentially because I feel like some countries are way more interested in it than like others.
And a ton of the talent in baseball comes from outside the U.S. And that's why hockey, I feel like, struggles so much. It's still very much, I think, anyway, I could be talking to my ass a little bit, but I think it's still very much an American and Canadian league.
They're dominant. Most valuable NBA franchise. Now this one, I'm going to give you a hint. It's not going to be who I think you think it's going to be.
So it's not the Lakers?
No.
Okay.
But that's one of the options, and it's Golden State, Bulls, or Knicks.
Whoa. The Knicks.
Yep. You're 3 for 3 right now. You're 3 for 3 right now.
Yeah, and that one just off the prestige, I feel like just, the New York Knicks. Even though, the Bulls had Jordan, but I don't know. Feels much more prestige, and they play at the Garden.
It's just New York bringing in money. Yeah. Completely. I was kind of shocked when I saw it, but when I knew it wasn't LA, I was like, all right, probably New York.
Yeah, I definitely thought it would have been LA.
Yeah.
Without a question.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, highest paid non-All-Star in the NBA ever.
Non-All-Star.
Tobias Harris, Jeremy Grant, Gordon Hayward, or Michael Porter Jr.
Don't think he ever had the hype. Like, Michael Porter Jr. was supposed to be the next Kevin Durant.
Yes. Yeah.
He got a crazy deal, I think, didn't he? And now he just shoots 14 threes a game and passes once a season.
Once a season. That's totally true.
I'm going to take a swing and just go that they gave Michael Porter Jr. way too much money.
You were completely correct. You were 4 for 4 right now. And I knew you would probably get this, and it was $207 million for 5 years.
Unreal.
And I should have divided it. But,
That's, 40, under 42, a little under 42 a year.
Okay, last question. Most valuable, the last multiple choice. Mm-hmm. Most valuable NHL franchise. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I got New York Rangers, LA Kings, Ottawa Senators, or the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Oh, God. I've heard some things about Toronto. I think they have like horrible attendance to games now or something because it's all just rich, ritzy people that go and fill up the stadium. They're the only ones that can afford it now.
Is that just because it's so like established? Or like, I wonder,
maybe, or
hockey's expensive.
I don't know if it's just poorly owned and managed. Like they're just not aware of pricing out fans or what. Because I feel like when Toronto makes the playoff, it becomes like a thing because it's like, oh, now you have all these people just interested in being at the playoff game and just
do you think it's like because there's like such a high like immigration in Toronto? Like I feel like it's such a international city.
Yeah, it could be.
And like hockey's such a thing.
We're going with Toronto.
You were right. You went 5 for 5. You didn't do like I thought you would get like maybe one wrong, but you got all of them right. What was your favorite sports memory? You have one?
When you made it. So I was, 8 years old, and I think I started off the season. I had 3 games. The first 3 games, I had 3 homers. And I think Daniel also had 3 homers.
Like in the park?
Yeah. Okay. I was never out of the park.
You were just speedster.
Yeah. Put it down the line and circle the bases.
Yeah, hustle.
But for that 3-game stretch, we were like, it felt like fucking Mark McGuire and Sam
You were going on a run. That's crazy. You're like 8 years old.
And then I don't think I hit another one the whole season. I think he ended with like 8 or 9. Wow. So it was not quite like Mark McGuire.
Yeah, but you were starting out hot. Maybe he was doing PDs.
Yeah, he could have been. Could have been for sure. I was a tiny little kid. He was not.
Yeah, he probably was on that T-booster.
Pitching at Comerica. That was a really fun experience.
For our viewers, you were robbed of an MLB career because bad coach. So
horrible coaches.
I'm just saying.
No, never got my shot.
And that happens way too much.
It would be me and Scooble out there 1-2 punch.
1-2 punch. It would be nasty too, and they wouldn't know what to do. Give me like a little like just on every like MLB, NFL, NBA, NHL. Like your general thoughts and feelings.
MLB, I think, has way too popular of a product, or at least a product that most Americans still, I feel like, can look at and find some kind of warm feeling from it.
Yes.
Whether it's going to a game, playing baseball, playing wiffle ball, just enjoying the scenery of a ball game, green grass, blue sky.
It's the most patriotic feeling I think I've ever.
Yeah. Well, football probably has something to say about
now,
that.
Yeah.
Much love I feel like the MLB still has from fans, especially diehard fans, and just how horrible of a job they do at marketing their players and getting new generations excited about their superheroes in the sport. Like do
you think that's like a testament to like early league or like just kind of like watchability or?
Yeah, I'm not sure what. I think it's gotten much more watchable for the casual viewer with the pitch clock implementation.
Huge difference. It's for the better.
I mean, even me, like I hated it when they first put it in. And for the first like couple games I watched, I'd be sitting there and the pitch clock would get down to 4, 3, 2, and I'd be like,
anxious.
Throw the ball. Yeah. I don't know. The NBA does a great job of marketing their young players, of giving them camera time, of giving them like stupid shit to talk about that gets
even the fits. Like it's just like more than anything.
You just get to see them as people, and then when you're 12 years old, as
I don't idolize any more players out of any league than I do basketball. I think like just like idol wise, or like I like Kobe, I like MJ, I like LeBron. Like I have good positive feelings towards all of them.
And that's the other thing. I think they need to get away from this whole classy approach. It just doesn't play well.
Yeah, I think it plays better with hockey. Like the classy approach.
Yeah, because hockey's like.
The suits and
and like the jerseys are still somewhat unsoiled.
Yeah,
not like they're coming. It's coming.
Fanatics,
but somewhat unsoiled. The patches are a bit more tasteful.
Yeah,
and then the fighting is just like just part of the sport. It doesn't even feel like you see a hockey fight. It's not the same like. I don't know, but I'm never one to watch a sport and see a fight and be like, oh, that's bad for business. I think fighting in any sport is great.
Brings views.
Yeah, it brings views.
We love
that the teams
America loves violence.
Yes, very true. Yeah. Violence and sex.
Yeah.
Violence, sex, and drugs.
Yep. Runs the world.
Yep.
I guess.
NFL, monster. I mean, I didn't really realize how big it was until the last couple of years. I mean, I don't know. I think they could put out a piece of shit on a microwave plate, and I think they would pack stadiums.
I think this is the first year I've realized that. Yeah, like with you, I've told you about it. Where like I'll just sit there and be like, I'm not even enjoying this game.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
like, the amount of NFL games we watched this year and turned off.
Yeah, it's just terrible. It's like we're sick of it.
Yeah, the Monday night games, especially one of them, the Monday and Thursdays were
unless it's your team.
Yeah, right.
Gambling in sports. Do you think good for the game, bad for the game? You can give me a little bit of both. You don't have to have like a here or there.
I mean, it gets more eyes on it.
Yeah, that's the best part about it.
There's nothing like tossing $5 on a game and all of a sudden you feel like you're watching a playoff team in the last 10 minutes of it. And it boils down.
Yeah.
I just think they need to rework it. Like, I think it's disgusting that they can have every other ad when you're watching sports be for gambling.
Yeah.
But then penalize the players for partaking in I completely get it that you can't have players betting on their own games. Totally understand.
Yeah.
But you gotta do something else. You can't have them in an arena surrounded by DraftKings, FanDuel, free spins. Using them to like promo the product and then being like, hey, if you even think about doing this, you're gone for the season.
Yeah, like, I get fixing it, but I totally agree.
Yeah, it's kind of a crock of.
And probably would make them more money too, because those guys would be gambling. Like they would be sending.
You know how many NBA players would probably go broke.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
My dad, I remember when online gambling really started taking off. He'd be like, every commercial is gambling. And I was like,
and it's good. They're all good commercials.
But he's right. Every commercial really is a gambling commercial.
Yeah. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
Yeah, it's indirectly you don't even think about it, but then you're thinking about it. Like how synonymous is DraftKings and FanDuel with our brains? Like
exactly.
I never thought about that brand 3 years ago.
Yeah. And and I just think
when I was allowed to gamble.
For sure. I just think at a deeper level than too when you look at you can make the same argument for having alcohol or tobacco sponsors.
Yeah.
But just having such an addicting product to be plastered in front of people's faces every day. And I think you're right when you say that in a couple of years, we're going to have interactive, not only gambling ads and commercials.
Yeah. Amazon's got it now where you can click to buy something when they have ads on their Prime Video.
Really?
Yeah, I've been seeing those now. So I'm like, damn.
Yeah, we're screwed.
Trying to chase me down.
Society is screwed.
Yeah.
But that's a different conversation for a different day.
That's why we're the American Dreamscape. We talk about the good parts and sometimes bad. But anyways, last question. How do you think sports have affected Detroit's growth?
I think it's been huge. I mean, I think it's kept a sense of identity in the city through a lot of its troubled years.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I was young going through that, so probably not the person to speak to that exactly. But I do think like just like the winged wheel of the Red Wings, the Old English D, I think it holds a lot more weight to Metro Detroiters than a lot of other sports logos do to their fans. I think you really kind of feel the grittiness of the city and the just the salt of the earth.
Sports
kind of
just energy.
But then in the last couple of years, I mean, having all 4 stadiums in the city, I mean, I used it in projects for me as like a pitch to bring in outside investors. And every judge we presented to was like, that is sick to have 4 sports teams within a walkable distance of each other.
We're the only ones, right? I think
we're the only ones. Yeah, it's nuts. So now we have a soccer team with a brand new stadium going up.
Won their opener.
Nice. Combusting off of each other.
I completely agree.
Yeah, I think it's been very critical for the sports, or for the city's survival, really, of the past 20 years.
Damn. Yeah, that's great. I mean, that's a great insight. I agree with you because we talked about it. But,
talk about that.
I've really enjoyed having you on. I think this is a great feature. I think this is... You didn't even notice the mic.
I just like 2 seconds ago.
I
was like, is this a little box? Like, what's this? But I looked for the mic and I didn't see it. So that's
no.
Awesome.
All right, man.
Always a pleasure.
Yes. Thank you for being on.